Mount of Beatitudes.
Kasi kung dito ka kapag diba? Ano po talaga tayo? Ano sa spring?
Baril.
Bawala?
Baril.
Asan si ano? Ayan, dali. Ito na muna magkukuha yung naputali.
Okay.
And he took the wife of his brother. And John the Baptist said,
Give pass for the people that want to pass through here. We're going to read some scriptures. Matthew 5. Or Matthew 5. I want to tell you guys what's going on here, more or less. Down below, there is a site called Tapcha. Come closer, guys, so people can have the chance to have it. Called Tapcha. And Tapcha is a bad translation to the word seven. 7 hot water springs that existed down there in the time of Yeshua. Now, hot water springs, we said, when the water seeps through the ground, it reaches a point that it warms up, and then it comes shooting out as hot water. These 7 hot water springs flow to the Sea of Galilee. And in that area is where the fish gather, where the fish lay their egg, and that's a beautiful place for fishing. So not only fish gather there, also fishermen. And it's believed that over there, Jesus chose some of his disciples. After he had his disciples, they came up to a mountain on these high grounds. Now try to understand what we're seeing today. We can't really say because of the church and the trees that did not exist here back then, but we have the Sea of Galilee. We have the mountains surrounding it from all around. It's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful view, and I believe that Jesus, when he acted the way he did throughout Scripture, we could see an strategic point in each of his works. I want to read before we get started Psalm 104. Psalm 104 talks about connecting to nature and finding the Lord in it. Meaning, coming here, I believe, Jesus, with this beautiful view, had an affection on them. It opened their heart. Seeing nature, seeing beauty does something to a person, and maybe the person could get more acceptance in the words of the Lord. Let's read from Psalm 104 from 10 till 24. This is a psalm that was written by King David when he was hiding from Saul, King Saul in En-Gedi. I mentioned it when we passed through there. Talks about the nature. He sends the springs into the valleys. They flow among the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. By them the birds of the heavens have their home. They sing among the branches. His waters the hills from his upper chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work. He causes the grass to grow from the cattle and vegetation for the service of man, that he may bring forth food from the earth and wine that makes glad the heart of man. Also makes his face shine and bread which strengthens man's heart. The trees of the Lord are full of sap, the cedars of Lebanon which he planted, where the birds make their nest. The stork has her home on the fir trees. By the way, each year, half a billion birds pass through here. The high hills are for the wild goats. The cliffs are a refuge for the rock badgers that still exist here in Israel. He appoints the moon for seasons. The sun knows it's going down, makes the darkness in its night, in which all the beasts of the forest creep about. Then lions roar after their prey and seek their food from God. When the sun rises, they gather together and lie down in their dens. Man goes out of his work and to his labor until the evening. O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your possessions. Connecting and knowing the Lord through nature. I really do believe this is a strategic point for these people to open them up before they no idea that Jesus gives them. Now another thing, this area is surrounded by mountains. In the middle you have the Sea of Galilee, kind of like an amphitheater. Have you guys been to Rome, to the Colosseum, or there's always the audience around, and down below you have the show. Such as like here, I believe here Yeshua was forming his army of disciples, giving them their ideas and telling them to whom to send this mission to. Because what happens down below? Down below is the main road of people passing. Right? We said it's the Via Maris. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah? Then, they are the people on which you guys, you army of disciples, you should send my word. Meaning to the rest of the empire, to the rest of the world. I haven't touched, I haven't talked about Matthew 5, which is the Sermon on the Mountain. We'll read from it, and I think it's understandable.
And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? Then it is good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men.
It became legal only in 324. Before that, you weren't allowed to build churches. After Christianity became legal, churches